Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today we're going to take a look at the Cooler Master Masterkeys Lite RGB. Okay, so welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at another RGB product. We love RGB here. Well, we sort of do. We're not sure if we do or not. RGB is a little bit tacky, but still quite mesmerizing and quite beautiful to look at times. So to get into the full RGB swing of things, I thought I'd get myself a RGB keyboard and mouse. So this one here, the Cooler Master Masterkeys Lite L. I'm not sure what the L stands for. Not a clue. If you know what the L stands for, stick it in the comments below for me, so I'll know and I'll die a happy man. But the Masterkeys Lite L is a very cost-effective RGB setup for keyboard and mouse. And it doesn't have the mechanical keys that you'd normally find on higher-end keyboards. It has what Cooler Master are calling mem-chanical. So it's a mechanical feel to the keys, but with a plastic membrane below it. And I'll show you some exploded views on the screen in a minute to show you what the membranes look like. But first of all, let's open this up and take a look and see what we get for our money. And talking of money, this is currently on Amazon, which is where I got it from. As you can see there, you purchased this item on the 13th of October, and today is the 14th of October, so no messing around, straight in and unbox it. And I paid $48.33, which included delivery with my Prime account. Well, actually Kath's Prime account, but same. So pretty decent packaging, quite nice if you're thinking about getting one of these for a gift or present for someone for Christmas. So if you've got a gamer in the family and you don't know what to get them for Christmas, maybe this will be a good thing to stick on your Christmas list. So let's have a look at the keyboard first of all. If I can get it out. It always makes these things really difficult to get out. Actually, let's get the whole lot out. It's surprisingly heavy, that keyboard. I wasn't expecting it to be that heavy. So what else have we got in here? We've got our Masterkeys Lite L owner's manual, or user guide, or whatever you want to call it. And I don't think there's anything else in here. Nope. So let's get rid of that. I'll pass that to Kath. Thank you. Right, so that's what we get. Get a nice little manual. Get actually a really cool looking heavy keyboard. That is actually heavy. Now I know why it is heavy. It's because they put a big piece of metal in the base of this to make it feel a little bit more heavyweight. Being that it isn't mechanical. Mechanical switches generally are quite heavy. So to give you the illusion of it being mechanical, they actually added some metal weight to it, which gives it a fair bit of weight. I'll find out how heavy it is in a bit on the screen, hopefully. But if I was to guess, I would say, I don't know, it's got to be getting near a kilo, if not more than a kilo. I never know with these things. Before I get too carried away with weights and measures and what have you, let's have a look and see what this keyboard is like. So it's a normal, I think it's 101 keys on here, roughly 101 keys, or it's a standard UK layout anyway. But if you want a European one or American one or whatever, Polish, African, I don't know, in the links there, or in the links in the description, you can find links to all of those types of different varieties. So this is the keyboard, currently in its unilluminated form. Now, one thing I will say straight off the bat is if you are planning to maybe have this keyboard so it's not always lit up, you will struggle. Because the way the keys are etched, without any backlighting at all, it's very difficult to see which key is which. So if you're not planning on keeping this permanently illuminated, in certain lights like what I'm in now, which I would class as pretty good light, it's actually very difficult to see what key is which. which is actually quite a common problem with all these illuminated or RGB keyboards. So that is definitely something to be taken in mind. But if you're buying it for someone else for a present, hey, you don't care, just buy it. So let's have a look at the USB cable. So it's a standard USB cable. They've not bothered braiding it or anything fancy like that, because essentially it's a cheap keyboard and mouse set. If you think a regular keyboard and mouse, kind of like the wireless Microsoft ones, the cheapest ones are about £20–25, so for kind of double the price you're getting the quality of a mechanical switch, and you get an RGB. Don't know if that made any sense. Right, so USB cable, he says, I think you're looking about, there's about a 2-meter cable there, and we'll plug this in. So we don't need to install any drivers or software, because all the RGB controls are done via hotkeys on the keyboard, so you don't have to worry about installing software or it being compatible with your software. It just works, which is great, unless you've got a kind of an Aura or Mystique board where you want to try and synchronize everything together, in which case you're going to struggle. The only thing you can probably do is get the sort of rainbow effect. You could probably get that to sync with most motherboards, but we'll find out that in a later video, which I will probably link up here. So you can see if I manage to get it to link with my Asus X370 Prime Pro RGB with a Thermaltake 240 ring Walter 3 thing with RGB fans, and we're going to try and get the whole lot synced together, but I think it's going to end up looking like a load of unicorn puke, but we'll see. So let's plug this in first of all. And there we go. So it's lit up and it's come up with the standard kind of white illumination. And if you want to change the keys or change the layout, all you do is hit the F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7 in conjunction with the function key, which is very difficult for me to find upside down. There we are, the function. So let's do, for example, let's change the mode. So function F5, and you can change. So realistically, that's the only one we're going to be using, the rainbow one. They can put all the modes under the sun on these RGB devices, but that there is what we all want to see. Lots of colours changing through the rainbow. No static reds, no static blues, no static greens. We want all of them at the same time. So I think that looks pretty cool. Now you can actually speed up and slow down the rainbow effect, which is on the speed key, which is F7. So if we do function F7, and I don't know if you can see, that's going a little bit faster. And that's slowed down pretty much to a crawl, I think. I think that's the middle speed. Yep, so 3 speeds for that, slow, medium, high. And there's all these different menus and modes and things you can do on there, so let's see what else we can do. So that's off, which is rubbish. You might as well just have a normal keyboard for £7. So that's just a standard red. And then what you can do, actually, if you press the function key and the F1, F2, F3, I think, can't see, sorry, F2, F3, F4, you can add, no you can't, I'm lying to myself. So there's a guide in there, because this is really difficult for me to see upside down, but there's a really good guide, gives you the keys and everything they do. So you've got options for, actually if you do function and escape, that turns off the backlight. So where's escape? There. So function escape turns it off, and that puts it back on. Well, I kind of like that. I think this is a great keyboard. Anyway, that's enough about a keyboard. It's got mem-chanical switches, which are designed to last for, I don't know, a million keys presses or something, which if you manage to do in your lifetime, well done. But realistically, actually a million key presses, is that possible? Is it likely? No, probably not. Let's have a look at the mouse. Right, the mouse, nice little Cooler Master mouse, which is, I want to say it's ambidextrous, but I don't think it is. There's a slight bit of a right-handed kind of slope to it there, I think. Yeah, right-handed, feels quite comfortable. I'm left-handed, but so I'm going to be using it left-handed, and actually just feel just as good. I've got an ambidextrous Microsoft mouse, and that is exactly symmetrical both sides, and this doesn't feel that dissimilar. I'm really struggling to see if this is handed or not. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it isn't. But anyway, let's look at the mouse. On the left-hand side, as you're looking from top down, you've got two, I want to say programmable keys, but I don't think they are. They are going to be forward and back in your web browser, and you could probably program them in games for, I don't know, reload, drop weapon, whatever. On the top, you've got your DPI switch, 4 different levels of DPI, which are, he says, actually I'm going to plug the mouse in so I can see what I'm doing on this screen. Be right back. There we are, so it's plugged in, and as you can see there's a RGB light in the back. There's only one bulb, but it's kind of spreading across the plastic at the back there. And also there's another lighting area which is just on the wheel, so that's nice, and they both are in sync with each other. Again, no programmability on this other than there's options of key switches or DPI button and left click, or DPI button and right click to change it to either solid colors, different speeds, etc. Not a great deal of flexibility on there, but realistically, do you want that much flexibility? All you want is your unicorn puke and whatever that is. But it feels nice. So let's have a look at the specs. So there you are. So the mouse has got 4 DPI levels: 500, 1000, 2000 and 3500 dots per inch, which is interchangeable by pressing the button. There's no actual software or anything on here as far as I can tell. No, it hasn't downloaded or installed any software, so you can work out which setting it is. So just a matter of clicking it and seeing what the responsiveness is like. And actually at 3500 DPI, it's quite accelerated. And that goes back to 500, 1000, 2000. I think 1000 is probably my most likely to be used. That feels quite natural. Okay, so that is the two. Let's give you some idea of technical details. So it's 91 grams. It doesn't say what 91 grams. Both of them together. That's more than 91 grams, surely. It feels like a bag of sugar. It's like a kilo or something. That's probably 91 grams. That ain't. Product dimensions 18.2 by 54.2 by 5.2 centimeters. So I guess that's the keyboard, otherwise that would be a really weird mouse. So let's have a look at some of the highlights of this. So the keyboard, you've got the Cooler Master exclusive mem-chanical keys. You've got RGB LED backlight with real effect, whatever real effect is. Water and splash resistant, which is actually quite an important thing. So if you're a gamer and you're sat there and you're glugging loads of Red Bull or energy drink of your choice and you accidentally spill it, these are spill resistant. So and actually, I'm not supposed to do this, but I am going to do it. And see where the screws are, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be screws. Yeah, there's screws. Underneath the rubber feet, there's screws. So you can take this apart, and you really shouldn't do this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You could take this, take the top part of the keyboard off and rinse it underneath a hot tap or whatever. don't do this, obviously. If you're worried about any warranties or anything, don't take it apart. But I've done it in the past where you can take keyboards apart because they've got sticky, because either someone's got tomato sauce on the keyboard and 8 and 9 are stuck together and none of your passwords work anymore. So you can take it apart and give it a good clean, because it is water resistant. But if you say take it apart, make sure if you do take it apart that you are very careful and don't get anything electrical wet, obviously. So we've got repeat rate adjustment. So you can change the keyboard with F9, F10 to make the repeat rate standard 1 speed or 8 times as fast. You've also got a win lock. So when you're playing games, the Windows keys, or Cooler Masterkeys as they're logoed now, they're disabled, so you can't accidentally Windows out of a game, or Alt Tab or whatever. Multimedia function, you can't see there. There's no multimedia specific buttons, but the insert, home, page up, page down, delete and end keys, if you use them with the function button, they become play, pause, fast forward, rewind, volume up, volume down, and I think delete is stop by the look of it, or pause, stop. Yeah, stop. What else have we got? So you've got a minimalism ID design, whatever that is. I think that means it's just not got a lot of branding on it. And a metal plate inside. Now, I'm not sure what year we're in, but when one of your product features is having a metal plate inside, things are getting pretty desperate. Going on to the mouse, you've got the Avago, or Avago. It's A-V-A-G-O. Pronounce it however you want. 3050 optical sensor, which gives you again 500,000, 2000 or 3500 DPI. You've got the Omron 10M switch. I haven't got a clue what that is. I imagine that's probably the scroll wheel, which actually has got a really nice click to it. So if you're using first person shooters and you're changing weapons with your mouse, it's very precise, so that's pretty good. I've lost my place now. So RGB lighting, as we've seen, which is currently cycling through at the moment. And you've got side buttons on the left hand side, no buttons on the right hand side, and you can adjust the DPI on the fly if you wanted to, although that's probably more for professional gamers. Now at the moment I can already see that although this is like a satin finish, it's already a grease magnet. I've only just touched this and got out of the box as you've been watching, and already I can see fingerprints starting to appear on there. So this is going to be a dirt magnet. So microfiber cloths at the ready and all-purpose cleaning. Speaking of which, if you want any other Christmas ideas such as keyboard or computer cleaning accessories, click on the link up here and you go to our Christmas list of things to buy for the gamer or computer enthusiast in your family, and you can see some great Christmas ideas, but I digress. So that is the Cooler Masterkeys Lite keyboard and mouse set, and we're going to dim the lights now and just give you some quality time with RGB. I've been Mike, this has been Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. This has been the Cooler Masterkeys Lite L, and we'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.